So there we go. So this week, the new ranks came to the game, Major and General, to much dismay for most of the team, most of the players, because the cost was absolutely scandalous. Um, and so you can see there that it was 50,000 bot specific shards. What? 50,000 doesn't sound right. Why? What? Why is that wrong? Is that right? 50,000? Why does that sound? Oh, yeah. Ignore me. Sorry. So the ranks came out and it was announced. Obviously, the cost was absolutely scandalous of 50,000 bot specific shards. No one is even close to that. Not even close. I did show my shards last stream and sort of said like I've got like 25,000 shards currently. So not even close. And that's just for major. So not even close to the first rank. Now, the next general rank was interesting. There was a few things. But what they decided is sadly that the triple changers were not getting the extra points. And that was interesting, to say the least. But I just feel like for 100,000 shards, we need something like that. 150 shards for two ranks is immense. And I know people were saying we'll just use 5-star shards, but when you're talking 22,500 5-star shards just for one bot, it can get real costly. And it was a bit of disappointing, really, because the triple changer one I was looking at and going, I would like 2 ability points. And I actually said in my stream, like, maybe I could, run 3 triple changes. There's an avenue there from getting a bit of a buff. I feel like it's a class that probably needs improving in the near future. But sadly, they've not decided what they're going to do yet. And this kind of worried me as well about Alpha Triangle, because I did say I was in playtest when we were testing it that the Alpha Triangle has to give points back. And when I sort of saw this, it gave me hope that maybe they can do something around that. But sadly not. So the triple changer buff increase is coming soon. But what we are told is that even at general rank, they will still get 5% HP and 5% DPS. So what you've got to think is though, when you do get to general, that means that most of the bots will have 25% extra health, 25% extra DPS, and on top of that as well, you'll have one of these effects. Now, I don't mind its effects, and I don't mind the 25% extra health and DPS. It's the cost. They've put the initial cost so high for the first 3 ranks that it just leads on to these ranks being scandalously high. And they have said that they're going to be in events and things like that. But I just think it's one more thing for the community to get really peeved off about. Because they announced the 5-star Titan event being 200k and it set the community alight, and they were really like, what the hell are you doing? It brought us back to when they brought Omega Supreme out, and that was scandalous. And it took everyone ages to really get there, but then they bring it out in events. So part of me sort of thinks that if these new ranks are in events at a decent level, then I can kind of understand that. But I also, on the other hand, think they're not going to put them this high and then put the new ranks at like 50k. They're not. We saw it the week was a scandalously high event, and it was for a sergeant rank that no one really wanted. And so they rate these ranks so high, and it's kind of at a point where I'd rather just bring out 6-star bots. I feel like chasing 6-star bots will be cheaper than actually getting these leveled up. Now, Yanis said he would never bring out 6-star bot, but can you imagine if we did all this and got all these shards and leveled all these bots up and leveled all our war team up to be generals, and we're like finally at a point where we're years, and literally will take years to get your bots to that point for them to bring out something that is more powerful. Can you imagine getting a new bot and putting them through all these ranks? It just kind of gets a bit silly. I have got a few ranks saved up, granted, from different events and stuff like that, but I just feel like they've just gone a bit too far with this.